On the menu today, fish pie, potato top, and the peppercorn sauce by Manu. Australia's got amazing array of seafood on offer, and snapper is one of the jewel of the sea. And I thought peppercorn, a bit of vegetable in a pie, let's get on with it. One of my favorite vegetables to pair with seafood is fennel. I just love fennel. It smells like aniseed, it tastes like aniseed, it's fresh, it's crunchy, I love it all. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna keep all those little fronds that I'm gonna add in at the end. So don't put this in a bin. And then chop in the olive oil, a little bit in the pan, and then here we go. That's what I do is I cut it in half, then cut it in quarter, take the core out here, and then slice it. Obviously, olive oil, always a bit of butter in my cooking. Let's start with the fennel. The fennel is going to take a little longer than the rest to wilt. Cook it gently, slowly. A bit of salt to start with, and some pepper. I'm going to show you how to take the skin off of a piece of fish. So what you can do is, because we're going to cut this fish in small cubes, I'm going to cut the fillet in half that way, and then if you go that way and then underneath, and you pull as well as moving the knife back and forth. I don't want two small pieces of fish because I want to be able to, when I go through the pie, to actually have a couple of pieces of fish, taste the fish, feel the fish in your mouth, a bit of texture there. Now, if you don't want to use snapper because it is a little dear, blue-eye cod would do the trick. Something with a bit of a firm flesh, I suppose. If you look at the fennel, it's starting to wilt a little bit. It's time to add some leeks. And then I'm going to cook this for another minute. Then I'm going to add the garlic. So I'm going to cook this for another minute or so. And then, something I thought about earlier on, it isn't in the recipe actually, but I've got some Pernod here. You can use Ricard or pastis, which is the same thing. It's a aniseed-based booze that we drink in France with a bit of ice and water, like ouzo, when the Greeks drink the ouzo. And that goes so well with seafood as well. So I thought I'll do a little bit of flambé just to show off. So the flambé looks good, but it's also to burn the alcohol into this. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour just to thicken the whole pie mix. A little bit of wine, a little bit more booze. The wine brings you the acidity. I always often remind you guys, wine brings acidity into a dish. It's very important. And then I've got a bit of fish stock. Now, if you don't have fish stock, chicken stock will do the same. It's just, I'm using fish. I've got some fish stock. Here we go. Now, right now, the logic things to be doing would be to put some cream in there. But no, I decided to put peppercorn sauce. That would give you the cream that usually goes into a fish pie. But the peppercorn is gonna really lift that dish to a different level. Okay, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna throw the fish in. I'm switching off the sauce because it's nice and hot. I don't want to overcook the fish because it's going to go into these little ramekins topped with potato and the oven, so it's still going to be cooking quite a bit. So fish goes in. So the residual heat of the pan is going to start cooking the fish, but not too much. Then I've got some frozen peas. You remember those little fronds of fennel that I kept earlier on? That is chopped and that goes in. I'm gonna give this a stir. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious already. And voila, so I'm gonna leave the residual heat to cook the fish a little bit. In the meantime, we're gonna do the potato top. Now, I could have shown you how to make mashed potato, but you peel them, you cut them in half or quarters in water with salt, bring them to boil until soft, put them in a mouli or a little ricer and you get mashed potato. The only thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add butter, of course, and I'm going to mix this on the stove. And then I'm going to add some cream, which is hot. And it's always hard to measure the cream to the potato. It's up to you to just add a little bit and add a little bit more if you want. But you want the potato to be smooth, but not too soft, okay? So this cream and butter is well incorporated into this mash. And the last ingredient that I will put in here, that you may have done before, is egg yolks. I'm gonna put 3 egg yolks. What's gonna happen is gonna make the mash rich, a little bit more darker, like yellowish in color. But the important thing is when I'm gonna pipe it on the fish pie and put it in the oven, it's gonna be beautiful, nice and crispy and golden over the top. I've just set the mash aside just to cool down a little bit so it's easier to pipe. In the meantime, I'm just gonna fill those little ramekins with the fish pie mix. All right, it's time for fun. It's time for piping. Now, you've seen the piping bag before. What I do is I roll it on itself and I use my hands to hold it like so. And then you've got free hand to push it in to the bag. And as you're filling it in, you can let some of the paper bag fall down so then you can fill it a little bit more. Roll, 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 roll. And we're gonna do some little, how cute. Now you don't have to be fancy. If you want to put a spoon of mash on the top and then make it flat, no problem at all. And voila, let's put these babies in the oven at 200 for 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, look at those. Oh, the smell, I can really smell the fennel and the Pernod, and I'm gonna put them here. A dinner for 6, or even a lunch for 6, with a bit of a green salad on the side if you want to. Nice vinaigrette. I'm gonna finish it with a bit of pepper on top, and all I've got to say is bon appetit.